And we are going to start section 17, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth after the spirit, and the spirit after the flesh, and these are contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. A transliteration of this verse will help convey the meaning. For the flesh warreth against the spirit, and the spirit warreth against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. That is, the things that the old nature wanted to do. This is important to see. The flesh wars against the spirit, and the spirit wars against the flesh. A believer has a new nature. This is what our Lord said in Nicodemus when he said, or to Nicodemus when he said, that which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of spirit is spirit. In John chapter 3 and verse 6. The believer still has that old nature of the flesh, and he won't get rid of it in this life. The idea is that we can get rid of that old nature is a tragic mistake. John said, if we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. 1 John chapter 1 and verse 8. My friend, if the truth is not in you, then you must be a liar. That puts the perfect individual in the position of being a liar. We have two natures, the old nature and the new. That is what Paul describes in the last part of Romans. He himself experienced the turmoil of two natures, and this has also been the experience of many believers. The flesh wars against the spirit, and the spirit wars against the flesh. Therefore, we cannot do the things that we would like to do. The new nature rebels against the old nature. They are contrary. They are at war with each other. Have you experienced this in your life? There is a song we sing entitled Come Thou Fountain by Robert Robinson. Crowder has made it popular here recently as well. Come Thou Fountain of ever blessing, to my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never cease, call for songs of loudest praise. It is a wonderful hymn, and the last stanza are these words: prone to wonder, Lord, I feel it, prone to leave the God I love. You know, it's interesting. I want to point out that the writer of the song was in a carriage many years ago. He had wondered. He was prone to wonder. He had wondered. And there was a young girl reading this, and she said, "Oh, how wonderful this is." And he read it to her, and it came to his mind. And I think he returned to the Lord. I hope he did. After the song was written, someone looked at it and said, "This is not my experience. I'll change it." So in some hymn books, we find these words: prone to worship, Lord, I feel it. Prone to love the God I serve. Which is true? Well, both are true. I have a nature that is prone to wander, prone to leave the God I love. There are times when this old nature of mine wants to wander away from the Lord. Have you had this experience? Also, I have a new nature that is prone to worship the Lord. There are times when I'm riding along alone in my car, and I just cry out to Him, "Oh Lord, how wonderful you are. I love you and I worship you." That is the expression of my new nature. My old nature never gets around to praising Him and loving Him. Every believer has an old nature and a new nature. There are folks who say, "Well, I can't tell whether I am walking in the Spirit or not." Don't kid yourself about this. You can know. Paul has spelled it out here so that you cannot miss it. And that concludes that